Everyone is in disbelief at King Charles's decision, which will alter the royal code. A new queen has been installed, and Princess Anne is well known for her unwavering commitment and refusal to tolerate nonsense. The question then becomes why Charles did not crown his own wife, Camilla. Is the future of the royal family affected by this? In what ways did King Charles break with royal tradition that had been in place for centuries? This royal twist will keep you captivated, so don't go just yet. Put the royal family's current drama into context. King Charles III's surprising demise, the proclamation of Princess Anne's coronation by King Charles III, was a momentous historical event. The lengthy public address from Buckingham Palace, which was witnessed by a large group of royal fans and political experts, was when this statement was made. Charles stood in front of a large audience and several cameras, all of which could clearly see him. The royal family's apparent certainty that Princess Anne would succeed to the throne as queen was shocking, because it appeared to disregard the long-established line of success. The announcement came as a shock to royalists who had been waiting for Queen Camilla to abdicate, handing power to someone whom most nations would only crown as a last resort. What seemed like a mundane meeting regarding the monarch's future plans turned out to be unbelievable. Upon that moment, encircled by members of his immediate family and senior royal staff, King Charles made his way to Buckingham Palace. Something was off. Members of the royal family and other notable figures from across the globe were among the audience, but they appeared oblivious to the thrilling announcement that was about to be delivered. It is with great pleasure that I was the sign that Charles raised when he finished speaking. Announce Princess Anne as the new Queen of the United Kingdom. The crowd went wild, including Prince William and Kate Middleton. Camilla maintained a composed demeanor, but the turmoil visible in her eyes betrayed her. This groundbreaking announcement wasn't crafted by a solo artist, but rather by a collective of individuals. Members of the royal family and their entourage, including Sir Clive Alderton, King Charles's personal assistant, and a number of senior courtiers, among others, advised Charles on how to elevate Anne's status. The chronology of events also confirms that the desire to return her was mainly motivated by the idea and admiration of her reputation as a worker of the crown who is dedicated. Prince William has always supported his person and acknowledged his father's decision-making authority, but this time he is reportedly uncertain about the abrupt change, worried about his own future. Camilla, the very diplomatic highness, attempted to remain amicable despite the personal impact of the choice on her, and the royal family's structure and public perception have already undergone significant transformations. Following this announcement, public perception of Princess Anne, who will succeed the Queen in her responsibilities, is likely to be shaped by considerations of duty rather than tradition or glitz in matters pertaining to the crown. Speculation regarding the legitimacy of Camilla's title has also been reported. This is particularly true in regard to her level of participation in family affairs and her desire to remain out of the limelight, for instance. The British tabloids have never shied away from discussing King Charles's mental health and the potential dangers it poses to the family unit. One could argue that King Charles's courageous speech heralds a new era in Britain's monarchy, but as things stand, nothing is what it seems. The shocking news from King Charles III will alter the royal family's trajectory, and no one anticipated Princess Anne's pivotal role. So what's really happening behind closed palace doors? How does Princess Anne's role in the royal family? Princess Anne, often referred to as the unsung hero of the royal family, has become well known for her accomplishments in areas that do not conform to the conventional roles of a princess, despite the fact that she was born into the royal line. Frida. She was born on August 15, 1950, to Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip. Being the second child, nobody really expected her to become queen. Nevertheless, she has lived up to her name as the hardest working royal due to her consistently high bilateral digits, which have earned her respect among the royal family year-to-date engagements record. Her unwavering devotion makes her one of the few constants in a family plagued by scandals and shifting public perceptions. Anne was once portrayed as a strong, independent royal due to her participation in serious horse sports and her running for Great Britain at the 1976 Summer Olympics. Participates in athletics and serves as president of the British Olympic Association. They are also members of the International Olympic Committee. Anne's brothers were embroiled in several scandals, but she chose to remain out of the public eye, lending credence to the idea that she is a royal who dislikes the limelight, gets things done without worrying about the... Among Anne's accomplishments, the most remarkable is the amount of charity work she does. She supports over 300 organizations, many of which aren't very well known. Some of these organizations deal with healthcare and disability issues. Since 1970, her work with Save the Children Trust has been the most illuminating, as it has taken her to different war zones to assist with the causes. Anne has remained consistent in her as a result of the image of the brutal princess warrior. The public's conception of a working princess has been transformed. Everything about her is explicable, and she may be crowned queen under King Charles III's reign. Consistency, devoid of excessive displays of power, is probably the way the government will evolve going forward. The reason Camilla's title was revoked, the decision to make Princess Anne the new queen, rather than Camilla, shocked both royal family fans and the general public. Camilla had made great efforts to blend in with the other group, relatives of her husband's side of the family, but this shocking news makes people wonder why things have changed so suddenly. A most prominent reason is that they want to change the narrative about the royal family. Many believed Camilla wasn't prepared to be the public face of the modern royal family because she hadn't overcome her difficult past. Charles he had a soft spot for Princess Anne because she represented his aspirations to serve his country, usher in a new age, and address public concerns about the crown's past mistakes. Camilla has become well known, but as queen consort, she will never be free of the baggage associated with Princess Diana's legacy. The news of the baby's arrival brought back memories of a rumored extramarital affair that Charles and Princess Diana had vehemently denied. Interestingly, Camilla has had the greatest difficulty integrating into the inner Diana circle, which has refused to accept her since her 2005 marriage to Charles. Despite the relief that Queen Elizabeth II finally, it is possible that King Charles wanted to address the issues brought about by Camilla's position by elevating Princess Anne to a prominent position, as a royal who works much harder and causes fewer problems than Camilla. The royal family may have also desired Camilla to lose her title. The world is changing at a dizzying pace, and with it the royal family. Charles likely interpreted Anne's promotion as a rallying cry for the most universally held values, loyalty, strength, and service, of which one is often considered the most emblematic. Princess Anne, the most hard-working royal, has always adhered to these principles. Camilla, on the other hand, has made numerous attempts to do the same. She has also sought to alter notions of femininity, but within a more conventional royal framework that is inapplicable to modern monarchs. And it is fitting that King Charles's promotion heralds the beginning of a less showy monarchy that is more concerned with serving the people, and Camilla will still be involved in some way with the royal family. Probably a less formal role awaits her in the future, but she will continue to be helpful, much like the late Prince Philip. Her responsibilities within the royal family have kept her very busy, and her hobbies and charitable work have been neglected. This new development may provide her with an opportunity to devote more time to them. By separating herself from her royal duties, Camilla may find a new sense of identity. Liberated from the ever-present challenges that have molded her life, Camilla may find a chance to reinvent herself and contribute to the royal family. If not in a way that the public can perceive, then at least in a meaningful way. Losing her title, though humiliating on a personal and social level, presents an opportunity. Comments from the public. The internet had its say almost immediately after King Charles III's speech announcing Princess Anne's coronation as queen. There were reactions on social media. Some users were thrilled, others were skeptical, but the majority were supportive of the new queen and lauded William's wife for her many years of service to the crown. royal family fans began discussing the princess's momentous occasion using the hashtags #QueenAnne and #crowning moment. I have toiled for the crown for 20 years. Reactions to this news were mixed. As an example, monarchist commentator Richard Fitzwilliams took a positive view and tweeted, "That is about time they recognize Princess Anne's dedication to work." On the other hand, many thought Camilla should not have been chosen since she was already queen consort and had won the people's hearts. Participants. The Cambridge Global Conversations included not only social media users, but also other influential members of society. Piers Morgan, who frequently discusses royal issues, called the choice a betrayal of Camilla in an interview for Piers Morgan Uncensored. However, Dr. Kate Williams, a British by the historian, supported the shift in power dynamics because she saw Anne's promotion as a model of the strength and responsibility a young kingdom should. The public had to understand why the elevation of Anne to the royal order was unexpected and Camilla's demotion was more predictable. Despite the controversy, Anne's online supporters continued to show their support by sharing humorous videos and pictures that paid tribute to her longtime commitment to the cause. One well-known TikTok video about acceptance demonstrated the most devout of royals gets her rightful place at the top. Fans of Anne from various royal fanatic groups agreed with this point of view, claiming that Anne should be the only one receiving credit for all the work she had done because of all the public events in which she had participated over the years. Nevertheless, the fact that people have such divergent opinions further lends credence to the theory that the changes are designed to sow discord and reestablish a polarized debate surrounding the monarchy. The internet is a hive of activity with people expressing their disapproval of the changes by making the hashtag #BringBack. Prince William and Kate Middleton's future hangs in the balance as the royal family undergoes a possible shakeup due to Princess Anne's accession to the throne. Many wonder, William and Kate were supposed to represent a modern royal family as the third in line to the throne after King Charles III. However, their plans have been undermined by Anne's progress, which has allowed her to shine brighter than them. According to royal expert Katie Nicholl, they are after this development. The trajectory or projection might shift, and there will be a power vacuum at the very top. As a result, Anne's royal duties are becoming more onerous, and William and Kate may have to reevaluate the responsibilities bestowed upon them by the royal family. William was once prepared to play the lead role while William was in charge. Kate helped him demonstrate that the royal family was approachable and kind. And a senior royal is completely dedicated and always on the go. This may lead to her being assigned more important tasks than other members of the royal family. Rumor has it that, in an effort to avoid being pushed to the sidelines, William and Kate will be more involved with the public, particularly youth, in an effort to earn the title of People's Royals. Scholar Hugo Vickers speculates that the couple may need to maintain their position in the royal hierarchy while deciding on a new resident. The abrupt transition must have caused some friction behind the scenes, particularly given the amount of time William and Kate have spent adjusting to their new roles. Rumor has it that William publicly backs his father's decision, but privately he would have a hard time accepting it. Surprise. Kate is particularly distressed by the transition because she has always identified with the position of queen consort. However, there are many who believe that this perspective restricts her couple, as they can also enjoy a vacation where they aren't expected to act a certain way. According to Camilla Tomine, a royal correspondent, this could be the moment when Wills and Kate take different kinds of leadership roles, beginning to prepare for their eventual reign as head of the royal family. The question of whether Princess Anne has the charisma to play the part is with her anticipated accession to the throne. Anne possesses all the attributes befitting a queen. Many respect Anne for her diligence and devotion, but she is also very serious and icy, and her honesty frequently runs counter to the amiable personalities of her predecessors, such as Queen Elizabeth II. Their mother-in-law, Princess Diana, appeared to be both attentive to their tasks and amiable toward the onlookers. Royal expert Richard Fitzwilliams remarked, Anne is a reliable person, but she doesn't have that magnetism. This qualm prompts one to question the breadth and depth of the having to connect with regular people, as she dislikes being the center of attention was one of Princess Anne's many challenges as a princess. From the late 1970s through the 1980s, she led the Lady of the Monarchy, and the crowd will be in the new tab. People didn't always appreciate her longer speeches, and she wasn't always cordial when she addressed the press or appeared at events. In 1970, for example, she grew tired of the press and reportedly told a reporter, "I don't do stunts." Her legion of fans took offense to this statement. The fact that she made no effort to establish rapport with the locals reveals a lot about her character. In contrast to the extroverted and productive Princess Diana and Prince Harry, Anne prefers to take orders and only get involved when her job permits. In order for her to connect with a wider audience, particularly younger generation, she will face competition for public esteem when she becomes queen from the likes of Prince William and Kate Middleton, who have already introduced the public to the monarchy through their gentle, intelligent, and emotionally intelligent personalities. William and Kate's public personas have set an extremely high standard for future royal engagement, which is difficult to match. Despite Meghan Markle's brief tenure as a senior royal, her decision to visit the United Kingdom was a brilliant one that garnered global acclaim. Royal expert Kate Nichols suggests that Anne's reserved demeanor could be seen as detrimental in today's image-driven society. In this image-driven world, finding ways to captivate one's subjects is an essential skill for any monarch. Anne will need to find a way to be both serious and friendly when she becomes queen so that she doesn't blend in with the more relaxed and endearing queens. Anne, in her new role as queen, may have to be less submissive and helpful and more forthright. What does she stand for? The idea that she is a royal duty royal who is always working is her strength. However, she must discover a method to activate and deactivate according to the desires of the generation. Furthermore, according to Robert Lacey, a royal historian, Anne could win over the subjects by engaging in less strenuous activities and promoting her hobbies, such as horseback riding and sports, more effectively engage their audience. Lacey warns Anne it will be hard for her to change while staying true to herself. If Princess Anne can find a way to combine old-fashioned customs with a bit of freedom, the idea of what it means to be a queen might change. This shows that charm doesn't have a single meaning. The Queen's What Comes Next. Following Camilla's surprise announcement that she is no longer queen consort, many are curious about her plans moving forward with the royal family. After marrying King Charles in 2005, Camilla has made great efforts to change public perception and integrate herself into the royal family. Regrettably, with the championship gone, Camilla is also facing some difficulties, unfortunately. Author Angela Levin of Camilla from Outcast to Queen Consort argues that the future of the princess should be more akin to that of a courtier than an involved member of the royal family. What Levin means by a retirement role is this. With her visibility down, Camilla will wield considerable influence, particularly given that it's, according to Levin, a very large family. It's likely that Camilla will continue to assist Charles and the remaining members of the royal family, but she will need to adjust her approach to her role in light of recent events. Despite her diminished status, Camilla is expected to continue her charitable work, which she has become more adept. As the royal consort to the Prince of Wales, she is the patroness of over 90 charitable organizations, and she has advocated for causes related to education, family life, and environmental protection. One of Camilla's projects, the Duchess of Cornwall's Reading Room, has grown into a popular social media platform that promotes reading and learning with thousands of users and followers. In a tribute to her, Sussman, director of the National Literacy Trust, says, "Her passionate support of reading, literacy, and education has greatly helped many." Camilla was also involved in efforts to raise awareness about osteoporosis, a condition that was particularly important to her because her mother had it. Workplaces. As a result, Camilla may be hesitant to embrace the rigid duties and obligations of a princess. Rather, she may wish to become more actively involved in these causes and assist more people in a different manner. Perhaps this is her opportunity to leave a more philanthropic legacy that is not constrained by the royal family. Most likely, my prediction is that Camilla will continue her charitable work, but it's also conceivable that she will vanish entirely from public view. With Princess Anne's accession to the throne, the general consensus is that Camilla will be seen less and less at major royal events. This could mark the beginning of a duller, more conventional marriage in which she will only be close to the king. Camilla should take a page out of the late Queen Mother's book, says renowned royal historian Robert Hardman. The late monarch became a beloved member of the royal family after stepping down from her position as queen consort. Camilla's retreat could serve to protect her honor and dignity, if, for example, she wishes to avoid overshadowing Anne's new role, Hardman says. This type of training would also help cut down on alignments and ensuring the monarchy's reputation remains untarnished. What will happen to Camilla's legacy if she chooses to step down from her duties? She endured public disapproval for a long time before becoming queen consort, but this abrupt change could cause her to lose much of the ground she has gained. On the other hand, some believe this could be a blessing in disguise for Camilla, as she could always alter her past to suit her desires. Is determined to mold. Ultimately, she is free from the responsibilities that accompany a title, so she can focus on becoming a revered grandma and utilizing her influence and wealth to support the causes she is passionate about. According to Penny Junor, a biographer who has extensively written about Camilla, this may be Camilla's moment to show the world her guts, not as Prince Charles's three-penny princess, but as Camilla. If all goes according to plan, this phase will not be characterized by resignation, but by a state similar to the one Camilla is currently experiencing, calm, confident, and graceful. It turns out that what appears to be a demotion is actually a shift in her position within. However, such shifts can lead to confusion and make it harder to predict who will oversee crucial initiatives going forward. It will likely take some time before the new duties and obligations of the board members become apparent.